welcome to my channel. Today I'll be taking you through my day and what I've been up to. So first of all, I went for shopping, just to buy groceries and a few house thingies, preparing for whatever comes, whether it's lockdown or this curfew thing, working from home. So whatever it is, first of all, I have to say that I did my shopping about 2 weeks ago, and it's almost over. Yeah, unfortunately, or I don't know how to say it. So I've had to go for the second round of shopping, and especially, of course, you realize that greens are very perishable, and you can only buy at least a max of two weeks, and for those of us who don't like freezing vegetables like myself, when I freeze spinach, sukuma wiki, they tend to be bitter when I take them later. So I'm not really a fan of that. So today I went again for the second round of shopping, and I'll be showing you some of the things that I bought today. So I basically went to the market, kept social distance, and I was tying a headscarf on my nose because I don't have a mask. I don't know where you guys are getting these masks from. Probably you can advise. I've seen a few being sold on the streets, but they look funny. I don't know if I should trust them. I can't really tell a good mask from a bad mask, and especially because I know the government gave a directive of wearing even the cloth ones, made of pure cotton. But the ones I saw only have one layer of cotton, and I think I had someone describe that there should be at least 2 layers of the fabric, the outer part and the inner part, to protect yourself from any fluids that could land on your face, So the ones I've seen, which anyway I ended up buying at 80 shillings, I'll ask you guys whether it's worth the money, because I thought the government said something to do with 20 shillings. I'm not sure if it's the same mask or not, and also whether it's protective enough, because I think the worst thing that you can do is buy a mask thinking that it's genuine or that it will protect you, so you kind of become easy, thinking that you're protected while in real sense you've actually not protected yourself. So I'll show you the mask later after I show you what I bought. So I went to the market, like I said. I put on a scarf with about, I think, 3 layers on my neck, on my, this area covering the nose and the mouth, and I tied it at the back of my head because I went to the market. And then I also went to a supermarket, so there is the Soko, and there is, of course, the supermarket where I was buying a few things as well. So I'll show you some of the things that I bought. Okay, so let me get to it. The first thing I bought was, guys, also remember I'm trying this vlogging thing. I'm so new to it, so sometimes I don't even know how to hold the camera. I'm not even sure whether I should be turning the camera on the other side or I should keep it like this. I don't know, but just bear with me. So the first things I bought was this what do you call this? Hoho. There's Hoho, which I bought for 20 shillings. I'm not sure if you can see. Yes, okay, I think I'll just pick them as I show you. So there's Hoho. I bought about 5 of these. One was going for 20 shillings. Then I bought lemons. Remember, we've been told that lemons it's part of the things that you should take to protect your immunity. So I normally sometimes put these in hot water in the morning, and also probably at night, and a little bit of honey, and just sip, just to build your immunity, just in case this thing gets you, God forbid. The next thing I bought was an avocado. I bought about 2 of these. This one was mainly for my baby. Yeah, so he loves avocado, especially when it's put in food. So I bought about 2 of them, at least they'll last him. And one of them, this one went for, I think I bought this one for 30 shillings. 30 bob. And then there was a smaller one which was going for 20 shillings. So still expensive, especially those of us who come from places where there was so much of this at home. I think we ate them when we were kids, so much, and it was just for free. I think we even gave to the dogs. You know, right now I'm coming to appreciate how valuable this fruit is. The other thing I bought was this. We call them hoho. Hoho, or I hear they're called coriander. Yeah, I hope I'm right. So I really not hoho. My God, you guys, this is dania. Dania. How did I just call this hoho? Okay, forgive that. This is dania, also called coriander. For those who want to look for an English word, I think dania is a Kikuyu word. Or is it Swahili? I'm not sure. So the other thing I bought was garlic. Garlic is always one that is always that special ingredient that really gives food a wonderful taste. It doesn't matter what food, any food. For me, I'd call this my secret ingredient that is normally very tasty. The next thing I bought, let me take you to this thing, is this items. Let me see how to adjust this so that you're able to see. So the other ingredients that I bought is these are carrots. I bought one of them goes for 20 shillings, has about 4 carrots inside, different sizes. Then I bought a big cabbage which was going for 120. That was too expensive. In Kangemi or in Kawangware, this thing goes for about 50 shillings. But yeah, with this corona, you don't want to make those long trips and going far away from home. So you kind of have to compromise on that. Then I also bought matoke, raw bananas for the baby as well. Then there's, what else? Okay, those potatoes have always been there. And then there's this sugar I bought from Naivas, which was going for, I think, about 200 bob. Yeah, it's a 2 kg, yeah. Then the next thing that I bought, is this spice garam masala, because I'm going to be cooking some chicken in a few minutes. Then there's also this coconut cream. I love this one. It's also one of those ingredients that really gives some oomph to the food. Then there's curry powder, of course, another ingredient that's very important in food. Then I also bought some brown, to eat with the bread. Then there's also mozzarella cheese, because I plan on using this in my baking at some point, especially with the bread. When I'm making bread and of course going with the brown, it's such a delish combination. Then I love the sea salt, or rather this one is called, they call it flow salt. They're also generally they are called sea salt, if I'm not wrong. So very good to use this when you're topping up salt in your food, as opposed to the other ordinary salt that we use. Then this is tomato paste, Santa Maria, that I'll be using to cook as well later on. Then I bought some whipping cream. I've been baking lately because I have a lot of time in my hands, So I think I want to look at this corona period positively and just learn new skills and experiment, just to keep my mind from, thinking about all these things, anxiety and uncertainty that almost everyone is having to deal with. Yeah, so just trying to keep positive. I've been doing a lot of baking, so I want to try that as well. Santa Maria, those ones I bought 2 of them. Then there's also this salted butter, which I use also to bake and also to make sauces. Then I also bought cooking cream, Bio Long Life cooking cream for cooking as well. Then I heard from Kenya Power that we're going to be losing, or rather we won't have power. So we decided candles, you know, just to keep us going. So then also I bought some vegetable oil, 2 liters, and still some more. So this is maize, green maize, which I used to make githeri. Those of us who love githeri, yes, this is what I use. Also, sometimes if you want to make boiled maize, I love boiled maize as well. So I think I'd mentioned garlic, bought 4 of them. And then if you can see, I don't know if you can see clearly, let it focus. There's a lot of terere and spinach in there, yeah? So it's actually half of this paper bag. I love the combination of terere and spinach. I feel it's very smooth and soft, and also the fact that it's not bitter like sukuma wiki, saga, saget, you know, the vegetable, the traditional vegetables, yeah. So sometimes I love when I combine with the managos and all those other green vegetables, but to be safe, because sometimes the mixture, I sometimes get it wrong and the food ends up being very bitter, you know, the vegetables. So I tend to just stay safe and go with the vegetables, go with the spinach and the terere. I don't know what terere is called in English though. Yeah, so if you know what it's called, you can advise. So basically, that's my shopping list. In case you're wondering where the cereals are, the cereals at least last longer. So the last shopping that I did will probably last us for a month, I hope. And probably I can just show you a bit of that. Yeah. So, of course, there you see the ndengu, there's beans, there's kamande, okay, that's some popcorn seeds, and that's rice. Ugali, we got a whole 10 kg, and there's already another half kg. We're calling it the Corona shopping. Then there's unga ya ngano over there, still some more maize flour. We have match boxes to last us for a while. This box over here has porridge flour, which is for the baby, you know, to last us that period in case of anything. Then there we have oats, rice. These are zippers. That's still more flour. That one is actually omena flour for porridge. And that's medicine. You want to get yourself Panadol for the baby especially, to control their fever. Then there's Piriton over there for the baby. Then, of course, here we have omega-3 just for immunity. Let me show you a bit of that. Okay, can't open it. Yes, this. Not very pleasant to the mouth, or rather I don't love them, but with this thing going on, you just want to keep yourself safe and keep your immunity high by eating healthy, and of course some foods that have been recommended. Then there's also Gaviscon for if you keep having heartburn like myself. And yeah, and I think that's basically it. For those who are wondering about tissues, why we are buying so much tissue, I think it's just the fact that we don't have an option. If you're in houses where you're having to flush your toilet, because we don't have pit latrines. I mean, if you're in a pit latrine, you probably would have other alternatives, which I'm not going to mention here. But in case you run out of tissue and you're using a WC, you're in trouble. So yeah, that's basically it. And that brings me to the end of my video. So yeah, I think I've shown you all the things that we've bought to just keep yourself prepared for anything, you know, hoping that you're able to control the spread of COVID-19, and of course trying to keep yourself busy. Yeah, try keep yourself busy, try do the things that you love, things that you've been planning to do for a while but have not been able to. I think this is the time. For me, I'll be sharing some of the things that I'm doing to pass time. Yeah, so apart from the video I've just shown you, now that I'm a new vlogger, so of course forgive some of the mistakes I'll have made in this video shooting and editing, but yes, this is some of the ways that I'm using to cope and to deal with this. So I'd advise you to do the same. If you love dancing, if you love listening to music, movies, cooking, if you love talking like myself, if you're an extrovert and you just want to talk about your feelings, I mean, do it, you know, do it even on camera, do it on anywhere with whoever is in the house, you know. Just keep yourself going and always have a positive attitude, and most importantly, remember to pray. Yeah, I really pray. I think my biggest prayer right now is for Kenya not to get to where Italy and New York are. I hope you're able to contain this, because again, dynamics are very different. Calling for a lockdown in Africa is very difficult. Is an extremely difficult decision, and probably that would not work in this context, especially because there's so many people who basically go out every day to look for food for that one day. Okay, so calling for a lockdown means they won't be able to go and work and get food for that day. So I don't know how this will go, but I'm really praying and hoping that it goes well and you're able to clear. This thing we just need to flatten the curve in whatever way that we can. Okay, and I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining the channel. It's been real. Ciao.